Hello beautiful people, it's Fumzy here, coming back to you with another video. I will be starting the series on 12 days of foundation. Basically what it is I'm going to test out foundation and tell you what I think about them. So I'm going to be reviewing the foundations and I'll rate it on whether it's a good shade match for me and whether it has a wide range, so that people who are darker than me can also find their shade, and also people that are lighter than me can also find their range. So I'll be checking on it based on the shade match for me and the shade range for the foundation. I'll also rate it on how long it lasted before the oils begin to come out. Quite frankly, all the times the oils do come out on my face, the issue is how long it took for it to start coming out. Also, I'll check it on the finish of the foundation, how the finish looks, does it do exactly what they said that it would do, and things like that. So that's what I'll rate it on as well. And then I also rate it on coverage. Let me reiterate, I'll be checking the shade, how long it lasts on oily skin, the finish, and the coverage. Those are what I'll be checking on. And each time I will tell you where I stand based on that. So if I give it a 3, it's perfect. 2, it's just okay. And 1, it's a failure. Let's jump right into the foundation that I do have for today. Welcome to another day of the foundation find. Today we're going to be reviewing the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Stick. This is what it looks like. Comes in their regular shape packaging. And this time I picked Warm Almond. This is what Sephora color match says is the perfect match for me, Warm Almond. This is not going to be a first impression for me. I bought this foundation earlier, and I think it was last year, and for some reason I can't remember what it is exactly, I didn't like it. So but now Sephora says it's a perfect match for me. Maybe I didn't get the right shade at that time or something, so I decided to pick it up again. So I picked up Warm Almond to try this. Before we enter into the actual foundation application, I'm going to look and see what they did say about this foundation, the claims, the benefits, and so on. This foundation comes in 40 shades, and it's 7 grams, and its size is 25 ounces for this. The coverage for this foundation is meant to be full. It's meant to give you a natural finish, and it's good for the normal dry combination and oily skin. It also says it's free of the parabens, the mineral oils, and it contains less than 1% of synthetic fragrance. It's also vegan and cruelty free. So that is good to know. It says it is a long-wearing, waterproof formula, provides up to 12 hours of coverage, contains double the amount of pigment versus traditional foundations, and adjusts to your body temperature to effortlessly blend into the skin. Multiple shades can also be used to contour and highlight. So that's what the claims are for this foundation. So let's jump right into it. I have done my priming and my moisturizing. I also did my eyebrows. For the primer, I used the Hourglass primer, and I also used the Milk Hydro Grip for the T-zone as well. So as you can see, I do have gloves on today. It's just that I have white tips and I don't want it to stain the white tips. So that's why I have gloves on today to apply this foundation. I'm also going to use this foundation brush from Hourglass. I was told that that is the best to use to apply this foundation. I'm also not going to color correct. We just want to see what the foundation looks like, and I'm also not going to powder. just to see how it performs. Since it's for every skin type, I just want to see how it will perform without using a lot of products. So I'm at least going to give you 8-hour wear for today. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to use this brush. I must say it goes onto the skin very smoothly, and with this brush it is actually blending out very well. As for the color match, I don't think it's that bad, because as you can see, my chest and my neck, they're a lot lighter than my face, so I want to try something that will not be too stark. So this is not a bad match. Let's see whether it oxidizes a little bit. The shape does make it easy to just go into the crook of your eyes, the triangular shape. That's really nice. This is it. It is actually a natural finish. I do like it. We'll see how that performs. On this side, this is what it looks like. And then on this side, this is what it looks like without anything on it. Let me finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. I forgot to show you the time. The time right now is 4:30, and so I'm gonna have 8-hour wear test. I'll check in 3 to 4 hours, and then I'll check it again about the 8-hour mark. So this is the final look. And I tried to do as little as possible so it won't disturb the foundation. So I just put a little bit of the highlight and a bronzer, and I also did not powder all over my face. I'll be back about 7:30, 8 o'clock to show you how it's faring. Right, I'm back for the mid check-in. Right now it's 8:30, exactly 8:30, so that's about 4 hours. And this is what my face looks like. So I'm gonna go get a bit closer for you to take a look. I did not do anything. I did not go out. I did not cook. I just watched TV and took a nap. So I can see the oils peeping through mainly on my nose and around right here, also into my smile lines. Oils are coming out. It's separating a little bit on my nose right here. So, and when that starts happening, it starts emphasizing the pores. So far so good. It's the 4-hour mark. I actually didn't expect it to last this long. I'll be back in the next 4 hours to give you the final check-in and then my thoughts on it and the rating as well. I'm back, and for the final check-in for the day, right now is 12:51, so a little bit over the 8-hour mark, and I think the result is evident on my face. So I'm gonna come closer for you to take a look at it. The foundation is falling right off my face right now, especially on my nose is basically off, and right here is so oily, so much more oilier than it was 4 hours ago. It's falling off, and it's emphasizing also the pores on my face. So for my final thoughts on this foundation, for the claims, it claims to be 12-hour wear. It is not a 12-hour wear for me. However, for someone who has normal skin or dry skin, this will be a good foundation. It will probably last up to the 12-hour mark that they did say it lasts up to. For those of us with oily T-zone, I started seeing oils about the 4-hour mark when I checked in, but it wasn't that bad. Right now it's literally falling off my face. Next time I might have to powder it and put or put a setting spray. But this is for the foundation wear test, so it's good to see it without all those extras. It's easy to apply on the face and it blends very well and easily onto the face. Price for this is $46, but again, it's gonna last a long time because you don't need as much as you would for a liquid foundation, and you're not gonna waste because you're gonna swipe it on your face and use whatever tool that you desire to use. For the shade match for this foundation, I'll give it a 2.5. It's not an exact shade match, but I think that it is very good compared to my neck and my chest, because if I do get a color that matches my neck, it's gonna look ashy on my face. Now for the finish, I'll give it a 3 because I like the natural finish. I like how it blends smoothly into the skin, how it applies. Now for an oily skin, the work needs to be done for it to last a little bit longer. And a normal work day is kind of like 8 hours. So for that, I'll give it a 1.5. And now I remember why I didn't like this foundation in the beginning, and it was because of when my oils start coming out. I remember it takes me an hour to get to work, and I will put on this foundation. By the time I get to work an hour later, the whole thing, the oils are coming out, the whole thing is out, and so it's of no use to me. No point to put my makeup at home and then drive to the office and it's all gone. But this time it held up better than it did at that time, so I think that's a great improvement. Maybe this time I did use their primer to apply it. The last time I didn't use the Hourglass primer, so maybe that's the difference. Just to reiterate, for shade is a 2.5, for shade range it is a 3. For the finish, it is a 3. I do love the finish and how it applies. For the oils, it will be 1.5. So these are the ratings for this one. And at the end of the 12 days, I will rate them then. I'll tell you which one was my favorite amongst all the ones that I did try, and I will tell you what reason that I chose those as my favorite. So I'll rank them at the end of the 12 days. That's it for today, and I do hope that it was helpful in giving you an idea of what it will look like on an oily skin, as well as where you would be in terms of the shade, looking at how it looks on me. So that would be it, and thank you for watching and staying till the end, and until next time, kisses.